Hello, my beautiful friends. It's Amanda here, and today we're talking about a brand new collection coming soon from Oden's Eye. This is a collaboration with Morgan Turner from Morgan Turner Makeup, and this is Love Language collection, which is launching on Valentine's Day, February 14th. I'm gonna put all of the timing and all the other details like that in the description box for you. This collection has the Love Language palette, which is a 16 pan eyeshadow palette, as well as 5 lip colors. I'm pretty sure that coupon codes don't work on collaboration items on the Oden's Eye site. That's typical for them. So you probably won't be able to use any codes for this collection. However, if you're picking something else up while you're shopping for this one, you can use my affiliate code. It's just my first name, Amanda, and that will save you 10% on any non-collab or non-sale items on the Oden's Eye site. I want to show you all the details of this collection up close. As usual for Oden's Eye, we have some really beautiful packaging, all of these soft romantic colors. I'm also going to show you swatches, of course, and then these 2 different eye looks that I'm wearing today. Let's start first with the lip colors. According to the Oden's Eye Instagram post, these lip colors will be priced at $13.90 each. That's US. I'm not sure if there's going to be any bundle options for a little bit of a discount, but based on past collections, I'm guessing there will be some sort of lip bundles offered. As usual for Oden's Eye, the packaging design is very pretty and colorful. I am a big fan of their art style, so I almost always love the look of their products. I do kind of have mixed feelings about the packaging on all of their lip colors, though. Pastel ombre is super pretty. I enjoy the sweet little decorative details around the bottom of the tubes. I have no complaints about the applicator. It's just your standard slanted doe foot. My only problem, if you want to call it that, is that there's no easy way to differentiate between the different shades and finishes. I really wish there was a little window to make identifying each one a little quicker, but I also understand that custom packaging like that will significantly raise the price of an item. So it's a delicate balance. Ultimately, especially for a collab project, I really believe that staying cost effective is the best way to go. So I am going to just look at the sticker at the bottom. Eventually, I'll remember which shade is which. The Love Language collection has 5 lip colors with 3 different finishes. The shades Snuggle and Love Language are the Glow lip gloss formula, which is more sheer with a sparkle or pearl finish, while the Shine lip gloss formula that we see with the shades Kisses and Beso is more pigmented and it gives more of a cream finish with more opacity, so not sparkly. The shade LOML, which stands for Love of My Life, just in case anyone watching is unfamiliar with that acronym, is a matte lip stain. For your reference, the Oden's Eye Matte Lip Stain is similar in texture to the Kaleidos Cloud Lab Lip Glaze. You could also compare it to the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream, but I feel like the Oden's Eye Matte is noticeably drier than the NYX formula, so I feel like the lip clay comparison is just more fitting. The shade Snuggle is a sheer warm beigey nude with gold shimmer throughout. Love Language is a soft baby pink with a silvery pearlescent sheen. Kisses is my personal favorite shade. I would describe this one as a pinky mauve with a cream finish, and Kisses is the most neutral undertone of the bunch, which I think will make it very popular and very flattering on a lot of different people. Beso is much warmer in tone. This one reads very much like a terracotta shade on me. And then the matte lip stain LOML is a warm rosy pink. I think it looks more pink actually applied to my lips versus swatched on my arm, where I feel like it reads more of a brick toned, like reddish, not quite nudie color in swatch on my arm, and then when you see it on the lips, I think that pink comes through a lot more clearly. Now it's time to talk about the Love Language palette. This one is priced at $43.90 and it has 16 eyeshadow shades. There's lovely soft pastel packaging that coordinates with the lip products. As with all of the Oden's Eye palettes, this one has a sleeve that it slides out of instead of a cardboard box like a carton that the palette comes in. The sleeve has the ingredients listed on the back, while the palette itself just has the shade names. So I do recommend hanging on to the sleeve, especially if you feel like you might want to reference that information in the future. The Love Language palette is the same shape and size as their other 16 pan offerings, like their cult classic Christmas palettes, or one of my favorites, the Hella palette. You might be familiar with those. So, that is just to give you an idea of the dimensions if you're planning on purchasing and storing this. I love the little heart shaped mirror in this one. It's such a cute detail. All of the matte shadows have imprints of roses, hearts, stars, and then there's that shade Service on the top row there that has some script with the word love. Mine are kind of messed up because I've been playing with this palette, but I did post a photo of the fresh, untouched, unadulterated pans over on my Instagram if you want to see what this will look like upon arrival. Of the 16 shades, 7 are mattes and 9 are shimmers. So we have a nice balance of finishes. There are no glitters, no sequin mattes, and no satin finish shadows in here. I do want to point out that aside from the obvious pink and purple color stories in the top two rows versus the bottom two rows, I also see four little quads that really jump out from this layout for me. I love when palettes are arranged like this because not only do I find it very pleasing to my own eyeballs, but I also feel like this makes any palette instantly more approachable, more user friendly for folks of any skill level. I just think that when you break down palettes like this, particularly when they are so thoughtfully laid out in their color stories, that anyone really can feel comfortable and confident creating different eye looks, curating their own color combos from within a color story when you can view it broken down into these smaller building blocks. As you can see in the swatches, these shadows look very similar when applied with either a fingertip or a flat eyeshadow brush. I do all of my swatches on bare skin, so no primer. I don't use a dampened brush. You will get to see the shadows applied over primer in my tutorial, so I'm just trying to let you see these eyeshadows performing in a few different scenarios. Oden's Eye mattes are some of my favorites on the market right now. They're very velvety soft, and the pigmentation is super consistent, but it's not so heavily pigmented that they become crumbly or difficult to work with or just causing a lot of fallout. Their mats have a really nice balance. So they layer and they blend easily, which is a big must for me. It's harder to impress me with mattes than it is with shimmers. So I really am more heavily scrutinizing matte shadows whenever I'm doing a review. And I'm consistently impressed with the Oden's Eye matte formulas that they bring out. Their shimmers come in a few different forms. We have a couple of really bold colors and a more opaque metallic shimmer finish, like the shades Valentine and Treat. That's the bright pink and the bright purple. There are a few that have a lighter, more transparent base that reads more as like a wash of sparkles, what some folks call a topper shade, like the shades Flirt and Daydream. Then there are a couple of their more foily shades that lean more towards that chunky or squishy texture. The ones in this palette aren't particularly squishy feeling. Some of the Oden's Eye foil shadows are squishy to the point of feeling almost like a super shock shadow, and that's not what I'm experiencing in the Love Language palette, but we do have some of those not quite flaky, not quite chunky. I think those sound derogatory, and that's definitely not what I'm trying to get across here. But they do have a couple of those more foily metallic shades, like the shades 829 and Gifts that you can find on that very bottom row. I personally like foiled metallics, but I do notice that tends to be a love it or hate it type of formula for folks. I definitely understand why foily metallic shadows may not be somebody's cup of tea. Sometimes they can be a little bit trickier to work with or finicky, I guess. But I personally really love the look that I get from them. I am a shiny, metallic, sparkly lid type of girl. Very, very rarely will you ever catch me wearing just matte shades. So I think that I am just a crow on the inside. I am probably going to be 90 years old and just covered in foiled metallic eyeshadows. At least I hope so. That's my retirement plan. I always have high expectation for Oden's eye palettes, and the Love Language palette does not disappoint. The eye looks that I've done so far have been really quick and easy, a breeze to blend and layer. I've gotten excellent wear time. I actually ended up doing a foundation wear test while wearing this eye look. I should say these eye looks. And hours and hours later, my shadow still looked great. You'll actually be able to see that play out when that foundation wear test video comes out later this week. I barely experienced any shadow creasing or sparkly fallout, which are my two main eyeshadow issues that I tend to experience. Now, to be fair, I haven't really gravitated towards the brighter pink shades simply just because that's not a color I enjoy wearing much. Personally or professionally, it's just not my jam. But I absolutely love these really muted, desaturated neutrals paired with some cooler and brighter purples. Those shades are definitely more in my own style wheelhouse. So I promise I will wear the pink shades at least once in the month of February before I do my monthly ranking so that I can give you the most well-rounded opinion possible when it comes time. But so far, I have to say I've really enjoyed this palette in terms of the color curation, the performance, the packaging, everything just works really well. I can tell that it's thoughtfully done. I really love all the little details. From a review standpoint, I think this is really successfully done because I think a lot of people are going to like this palette. I think it's going to be approachable, whether you are somebody who tends more towards neutral looks or whether you're somebody who wears more bold and colorful kind of combinations. There is something for everybody here. I do see this fitting well into the collections and the daily wear of all types of makeup lovers. And that's something that I really like seeing as a reviewer, imagining a lot of different people using and enjoying the same product in different ways and for different personal styles. So I feel that this is beautifully done. I do feel like this is going to be a really sellout type of palette, and I hope so. For Morgan's sake, she's done great work here. I don't personally know her. A lot of the time when I review people's collections, I make a point to tell you, hey, this is my friend, take it with a grain of salt. We follow each other on Instagram, but I've never had a private conversation with her. But I absolutely congratulate her, wish her well. I think she did a great job with this whole collection. It's just really, it's cute, it's fun, I like it. I think this little mini collection is just so sweet, so perfectly Valentine's Day. Very soft and pretty and romantic. Perfectly fits the Valentine's Day theme. If you know me, you know anytime I see a lot of purple in a palette, I become instantly interested, and I love these purpley shades. I'm also very interested in the more neutral colors in here. That's why I did this very neutral eye. I have a feeling that a lot of the tutorials for this palette, rightly so, are going to be pink and purple. So I wanted to do an all neutral look with this palette because I think there are a handful of really great go-to, more toned down neutrally looks that will come from this, which I absolutely love. Don't get me wrong, I love interesting color. I love bright, bold, unique color stories, but I also love to just put on something that is more toned down, more neutral for an everyday wear or even for an occasion, honestly. This really foily champagne shade is gorgeous. It's one that I see myself thinking about and going back to often in this palette, along with this really rich bluish purple shade. These two are the two that I was initially most attracted to, hence why I did a look with each one of those colors. But overall, I think this is beautifully curated, very Valentine's Day, very much up to the Oden's Eye formula standards that I know and love and have come to expect from the brand. The little heart-shaped mirror is a super cute detail. I really think this is well done and thoughtfully curated. And honestly, I see this as the type of palette that a lot of people are going to be drawn to and love and get a lot of use out of year round. This is a beautiful little spring collection for sure, but I think this will be useful year round. And I think a lot of people are going to enjoy this color story, and I'm one of those people. Admittedly, I'm more excited about the eyeshadow palette than the lip colors, but that's just because of who I am as a person. The lip colors are all very, very pretty. My favorite of the 5 lip colors is this gloss in the shade Kisses. This is one of the more pigmented glosses with a bit of a mauvey nude type of shade. I imagine that I would reach for this type of color a lot and that it will look good with a lot of different makeup looks. Now's the time when I want to hear what you think about this collection. Are you interested? Are you going to be picking any of these pieces up when they launch on Valentine's Day? I always love to hear what you think about things too, so make sure you leave all your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Huh? Did that make sense? I'm not sure. Look, I wore my little rose quartz heart earrings. Matches perfectly. I didn't really think about this when I was planning because I'm also doing a foundation wear test. So I should have filmed my 2 eye looks separately instead of doing one on each eye. And because now I gotta wear my makeup for the rest of the day. And I still have a few hours left on my foundation wear test. So that's gonna be fun wearing these 2 different eye looks. Not saying that I never wear 2 different eye looks for the rest of the day after I film these types of videos, because I definitely do, but it's usually just not a day where I have so much stuff that I need to accomplish outside of the house. So it's fine. Might get a few weird looks, but I'll probably forget that I have 2 different eyeshadows on. It's so gray and dreary out. It's making me like, ugh. You know? You know what I mean? Hmm. What? Okay, focus. Go-to type of purple shades in here. There are so. Why? Why? Why can't you say the words, please? I think this is the type of palette that again, with the stumbling of the words. Okay, that's where we're at today. All right. Uh, mm, hmm. All right, let's do the lip swatches. Definitely zoned out and lost track of time there for a minute. That's okay. This one's like pearly. It reminds me of a nail polish I had when I was a little kid. Lip stain time. I did it. Did all the lip swatches before my camera died. Huzzah! Oh my gosh, these sparkles are so pretty. I really, really love it. All right, that's it. I'm gonna go, well, I was gonna say I'm gonna go edit this video. I'm gonna start editing this video. I also have to finish my foundation wear test video. Gotta finish filming that. And I got a bunch of other stuff to do. Wish me luck. Okay, thanks for watching. I'm so happy you're here. And my love language is your face because I love your face. Okay, bye.